I'm Sunil Sahavar. When this brand entered India in 1996, it created a plug in the Indian QSR space and actually reimagined how Indians eat outside. And since then, all Indians are all saying that I'm just loving it. The brand, as you know, is McDonald's, and we are today at the McDonald's store in the Atrium Mall in Worli, Mumbai. And I have with me Arvind R.P. He's the Chief Marketing Officer, McDonald's India, West and South. Arvind, hi.
Hi, Simran. Glad to be on your show.
Arvind, I just want to start off with how's the year been for McDonald's?
Well, it's been an action-packed year. We added close to 45 restaurants in the year gone by. And in the last quarter alone, we added 15 restaurants.
Okay.
And these 46 restaurants have been across West and South, largely in South, in smaller towns, as we follow our penetration strategy into newer geographies. And from a marketing perspective, there were some very exciting campaigns that we rolled out. So if I go about it chronologically, we started the year with the anime campaign. Right? Before anyone asks what's anime in India, anime is one of the biggest trends from a culture perspective in India. GenZs love anime, and very soon we will see anime becoming mainstream. Anime is already big across various categories like fashion, movies, content, and so on and so forth. So it was a global campaign. But we in India made it our own. We launched an anime meal, and we redid our restaurants completely into a complete anime experience. So it was a delight for anime enthusiasts when they see the characters, completely coming alive. So for us, anime was more experiential. We participated in Comic-Con, reached out to further audiences, Gen Z audiences. And a fun fact, right? Our restaurant was renamed as McDonald's, and McDonald's exists in the anime world since a long time because the McDonald's fans who love anime recreated the brand in anime. So that's a fan group we leveraged, and that was a very exciting experiential campaign. We launched, a millet bun in September on the occasion of the nutrition week, and this was months of collaboration with CFTRI. CFTRI is a premier food technology institute under the government of India. They do seminal work on cutting edge nutrition, food technology, and so on and so forth. Not only that, we partnered with Chef Sanjeev Kapoor to bring millet bun to the masses. So that was a big bang launch as far as we are concerned. And the third is just recently we launched the McCrispy. McCrispy is again a big product from the global stables, and it was a big launch for us, right? And we did a lot of consumer work around McCrispy and launched it in the month of October for the festival season. McCrispy is a delicious, large filling burger. Comes in veg and chicken. So those are some of the exciting campaigns that has happened over the past 6 years.
I will come back to the experiential marketing bit and also millet, which is a health boom, but we're very close to Valentine's Day. And you were telling me, use the word soft launch, which I presume was a marketing campaign, but you said no, that's not. So can you tell us about this new campaign, which is called soft launch, but is not going to have a soft launch in the market?
Right. Well, I guess that's what marketing to Gen Z is all about, right? And being on trend is all about. And every week is a learning for myself, right? And while I'm not personally a Gen Z, as you can imagine, there are many on my team and my agency partners team who are Gen Zs who make sure the brand is completely on trend. So Gen Z soft launch is a concept where a couple or partners announce that relationship, showing two of the same thing, right? It could be two burgers, or it could be two beverages, or two of anything for that matter, as a concept goes. So that's the campaign we launched yesterday, and we have a lot of promotions centered around the soft launch. 2 coffees, for example. And yes, that's our
Everything in couples.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
couples
Yes.
thing. So it's the
Yes.
best place for couples to come for their Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
So let's go back to how your media marketing strategy has evolved in the recent past. While everybody is becoming very digital heavy, what's the role of traditional media now for you, and how is it complementing digital? And you also mentioned experiential. So can you just tell us a little about it?
Sure. I think from a media perspective, if you look at outcomes, right? Obviously, salience building is a key outcome you expect from reach building media, but also engagement, right? And digital lends itself so well to that. So we look at traditional and digital as working synergistically to deliver both reach and engagement. So for us, the whole approach is how can these two complement each other. Traditional media still has a lot of relevance, right? TV still reaches a lot of households, and more importantly, storytelling on television still carries the day. But digital has its own distinct role in not only complementing TV in terms of reach building, but also in terms of social, for example, building engagement among consumers, and so on and so forth. And much of this is informed by analytical approach of market mix modeling, where the role of each media channel becomes very clear, their ROIs become very clear, and hence our investments on each platform is guided by a very analytical approach, which is outcome oriented.
You just mentioned about ROI, and that's very crucial for any business in today, right? Now, you've also been a very big advocate of media mix marketing, and this is seen as a very trustworthy marketing tool. So, can you share an example of any campaign that you've done which helped optimize your marketing budget?
Sure. Well, in the end, everyone, marketing has to be held accountable for outcomes.
True.
And we need to have a method to the madness in terms of making sure that we are allocating resources in the right way to deliver outcomes. Well, as solutions go, market mix modeling is one of the best solutions out there to help and guide marketeers to take the right decisions in terms of resource allocation. At its heart, it's all about incrementality and attribution. Many a time, marketers make the mistake of just going for attribution, which in the digital world, you have various matrices that claim attribution. But more important than attribution, or as important as attribution, is incrementality. Has it delivered incremental revenues? Market mix modeling, as analytical techniques go, is one of the best out there that helps you call out the ROI for each channel, be it television, digital, Instagram, YouTube, OH, and so on and so forth. But also within those media, right? Let's say television, national channels, regional channels, and so on and so forth. So it can get as granular as you want it to be, with the outcome being, let's say, sales or profitability. And for us, it's always one process. As all analytical models go, the more data you feed in, the better outcomes you get.
Sure.
We used it, for example, in the latest campaign on electricity, where we had a lot of insights on the usage of outdoor and the ROI from outdoor, and digital platforms like YouTube and Instagram being high ROI, but also retail media, right? Retail media is evolving media platform for many businesses. Amazon and Flipkart, for us it's Swiggy and Amazon. So we invest significantly as far as advertising is concerned on Swiggy and Zomato, which is what I call as retail media. So how much to invest behind retail media, right? So it really guides us in all of these decisions, and it's a very useful tool for marketers.
So because retail media has picked up significantly since the pandemic, so your investments of how much, you can just tell in percentage, has it gone up?
Well, it's in double digits. While we don't give out exact numbers, it's double digits, and it's one of the more meaningful platforms where significant investments happen. And we have written many white papers around it, and we especially use it when there is new product launch.
Sure.
And if you have to announce to the users of Swiggy and Zomato that here is a new product, exciting new product, advertising within the platform is a very useful way and a proven way of announcing the new product to consumers.
Along with ROI, the other term also which you mentioned, which is equally important, is consumer insights. We just spoke about, you just told us, about the soft launch and how this is how Gen Z speak, which is one insight,
Right.
and also the launch of the milk bun in a country where a lot of people nowadays are becoming more and more health conscious. So that's another insight. But what's the challenge in getting the right insight? Because you have a large of data, right? So how do you kind of zero in on that? And let's take it this health perspective also
Sure.
which you brought in.
Sure. We use consumer insights in the context of what we call as fan foods,
Okay,
right? So there are many McDonald's fans out there,
sure.
and they interact the brand in a certain way. You could call it that they expect something from the brand, right? And that's a fan food. Well, a simplest example of a fan food is, believe it or not, there are many consumers who love fries along with a McFlurry,
Oh,
which many other people would say it's a very unusual combination.
ice cream with fries.
Right, absolutely, and it's a delight for many fans.
Okay.
And whenever we put up that content on social, it gets a lot of
That's
engagement,
true.
which means there are a lot of consumers who relate to that combination, right? So that's just an example of fan food, and this is all about fans of the brand interacting with the brand in a certain way. For that, Simran, the easiest and the best way is to be out there at the restaurants,
Okay.
right? And I tell my team that we are very blessed, right? That we are a restaurant business, which means you have a lot of consumers coming into the store. You can observe the customers and learn a lot from them. Obviously, consumers come here for privacy. So without intrusion, you can learn a lot by observing consumers. So fan truth is something a very uniquely McDonald's perspective of understanding fans and what can we do to kind of bring more fans back to McDonald's or bring them to McDonald's more frequently.
So I have to try the French fries and the McFlurry now. But content marketing plays a very crucial role in the sector that you're in. So how have you used content marketing and storytelling, and what is the key criteria that you look at when you're working on a campaign where storytelling and content plays a very big role?
Right. Well, storytelling is the heart of whatever we do. I do believe behind brands, the heart of it is also there is an adage that goes like winning hearts and minds. Well, when it comes to great brand building, I would say the mind part of it is overrated. It's all about winning hearts. So how do you win hearts as far as brands are concerned? And it's all about storytelling. It's all about emotion at the heart of it. And there are two parts to it. First is the consumer insights, which we talked about. So how can we identify consumer insights that are universal, that are relatable by many, right? And if there is a tension in the consumer insight, that's even better, right? And then we come to storytelling. And as long as we see storytelling as creating stories with emotion at the heart of it, the emotion could be humor. There are many emotions, right? Humor is just one of the emotions. And let's say humor is the emotion you choose for that campaign. So that is the underpinning for an impactful campaign, a memorable campaign. Every campaign builds memories for the brands. So if you keep doing that kind of high quality, emotion rich storytelling, you are creating fresh memories and refreshing the old memories for the brand, which is the core task for brand campaigns.
Okay, now I just want to go back to the McDonald's fan that you mentioned. Today, influencer marketing has really picked up, particularly in the last 2-3 years. So, can you just speak about this? Are you using your McDonald's fans to kind of spread the word for you? Or are you also getting on influencers? How has that evolved for you?
Quite a bit. So, we have been using influencers for a long time, macro influencers, micro influencers. As you know, even the complexity of our culture, especially the culinary culture. If I look at the food landscape, we need different kind of influences in Chennai, different kind of influences in Mumbai. In many markets, you need local language influencers. We also have used big influencers. We launched one of our burgers with Kunal Vijay, who's so much loved as far as food goes, and he has his own platform, and I'm a big fan of his work. And we also, for me, when we brought in Chef Sanjeev Kapoor for the Real Food, Real Good campaign, the whole approach was that of content, marketing, and influencers. And he's a mega influencer in his own right? So that's how we kind of make sure that influencer marketing is embedded in all our marketing campaigns.
We live in a totally digital world today, and where touchscreen has become very important. And nowadays, whenever you enter a McDonald's restaurant, a lot in India, you have the self-order kiosks, which we've got, and that's also probably a way to enhance the customer experience, right? So how is this worked out in the Indian context? Have they adapted to it? What are the challenges right now you're facing on that front?
Right. So the whole objective of the self-operated kiosks at our restaurants is to offer a distinctive and a meaningful experience to the consumers. There's no other brand that has still done it on the scale that we have done. So it's distinctive, but it's also meaningful because today's consumers, all the consumers are digital.
Correct.
Right? They prefer digital experiences. And it's not just the Gen Zs, even the elder people, older people, they prefer digital experiences. So it all comes down to, I think, the ability to personalize your order.
Sure.
Right? And that the consumers find it as a big win when they use the self-ordering kiosks.
Okay.
They are able to customize the burger, customize their meal. If there are a group of 3 people, they find it so easy to customize the order for those 3 people basis where each one's tastes, and delete the order, right? Or add a cheese slice to the burger. So the customization is extremely a big win. As you can imagine, digital experiences, let's say on the apps in our phones, it's all about personalization and customization. Right?
And experiential in this case also.
Completely, right? So fast forward, we have been doing store ordering kiosks for the past quite a few years. Fast forward to now, the adoption is massive.
Okay.
Consumers prefer self-ordering
So they're no
kiosks.
longer queuing up at the counter to order? That's you've seen a decrease in that?
Right, because that's a preference.
Okay.
That's a preference. They want, there's someone at the self-ordering kiosk to guide them, right? Let's say there's a person who's doing it for the first time. There's always a person to. But by and large, consumers given a choice go straight to self-ordering kiosk and go about their business. And that is something that shows the digital nature of our audiences today and how digital adoption has really become mainstream rather than niche as maybe, let's say, 15 years back.
Now, continuing with the digital, you also have your own app. So, what have you done to kind of enhance the customer experience while they are, on the app? Anything that you've done which stands out over there?
Sure. In the end, our McDelivery app is used by the fans of the brand. When you talk to the fans of the brand, they would say that instead of going to any other food delivery platform, they prefer to fire up the McDelivery app. And the McDelivery app allows them a lot of customization on the burger. There's a depth of menu available on the McDelivery app, right? And most importantly for consumers, they get it very quickly. That's the value proposition. In markets like Mumbai, significant amount of our delivery orders come from our own app. So that's something we are committed to broadening the base, even in other geographies, and it's one of the mainstays for our delivery business.
What are your plans when it comes to expansion? Because you mentioned that you're looking to go deep and penetrate deeper. So you can tell us the new outlet additions, where do you see them, and how many more do you plan to open in the next
Sure.
financial?
We've got a vision 2027, and which we have put out there. We are going to stick to those numbers, and that will mean more than 45 stores every year.
Okay.
You will see a lot of drive-throughs coming. We are the leaders in drive-through as far as India is concerned, and we want to make sure we stay ahead of the game. Again, that's a very differentiated and a meaningful consumer for consumers, like we discussed the store ordering kiosks, self-ordering kiosks some time back. And we will open a lot of stores in small towns, continue to open a lot of stores in small towns, consolidate our presence in big markets like Mumbai, and a lot more stores coming to the south of India.
What's been the reaction to the drive-thrus also? Because this is a concept which is familiar in the West, but not so much in India. And you need to get everything out in least amount of time. So how has that kind of worked out for you, and which areas have you been experimenting with that?
So it's essentially about convenience. So imagine yourself on a highway from Mumbai to Pune,
Okay.
right? And you don't want to spend half an hour, 45 minutes at a restaurant. Right? You want to get on, right? But you want a bit of a bite, right, for you and your family. And the efficiency at a McDonald's drive-through ensures that you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Right? And one of our top restaurants is a highway restaurant in the Mumbai-Pune highway with a drive-through. And the lineup of cars on a weekend is seen to be big. So yes, while we were early in the drive-through model, but fast forward to now, we see it as a fast emerging need as the car population really goes up. Government of India is doing a lot as far as highway work is concerned. So we've got brilliant highways and so on and so forth. And we are making sure a lot of our restaurants are coming up on those great highways.
So these will be primarily targeting the intercity travel and highways, and not within the city, right?
So
or
we,
suburbs.
so we have highways, the drive-through restaurants within the city also.
Okay.
And so there are multiple models of drive-through that work. So within the city, the use case is your work going from work to home, but you don't want to stop at a restaurant and spend half an hour. You want to get to home quickly, right? So how to get a meal picked up in a matter of minutes. So we do have restaurants within the city also.
Any other format we could look forward to?
Well, these are the formats. The other exciting one is, of course, McCafe.
Okay.
Behind us is the McCafe counter. That's a distinctive coffee experience as far as
And a premium experience.
completely, right? At very affordable prices. Our coffees are a big hit, both our hot coffees and our cold coffees. Most of the restaurants now have McCafes. So all our new restaurants that you see open up with McCafes. So I was just recently in a restaurant we opened near Anantapur on a highway that we were talking about, the McCafe, and I was seeing families coming in from Anantapur town enjoying coffees, and that's what we bring as a value proposition to new geographies.
And also anything on new products which we could look forward to, because millet is in for the health conscious. Anything else? New products?
Right. So bringing new sensibilities and new experiences to our fans is something that we need to do consistently. We are quite aware of it. The past year has seen a lot of new products. So will this year. We have an action-packed year, be it on burgers, be it on fried chicken, be it on desserts. So you will have a lot coming up in the next 30 days as we gear up for the summer.
And finally, we are at the end of the year, financial year, and you have a lot planned out, so that you also have to send out the communication for that. So are you looking to up your marketing budgets? And I'm just asking in terms of percentage.
Sure.
Would you be looking to up your marketing budget, or will it stay the same while you kind of, you look around the channels and redistribute it among the channels, or will the pie go bigger?
So we at McDonald's are looking at growth. We talked about adding so many new stores. For us, the strategy is all about hitting our growth targets that we outlined in Vision 2027. And we know that the vision will come to life only if we invest in more new stores and also invest behind the brand. So we are quite proactive in making sure that we're investing in the brand, investing more in the brand compared to a year back. That's the journey for both of us.
Thank you so much, Arvind.
Thank you, Simran. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you also for letting us film in this talk.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.